of living organisms into categories based on their similarities and differences. It helps biologists to study organisms more easily, identify them correctly, and understand their relationships with one another. It also prevents confusion in naming living things and makes the study of biology more organized. Importance of classification. Classification is important because it makes the study of living things easier, helps to show relationships among organisms, prevents confusion in naming organisms, makes identification of organisms simple, helps scientists to trace the evolutionary relationships among organisms. History background of classification. Aristotle's classification. Aristotle, a Greek philosopher, was the first to attempt the classification of living things. He grouped living things into two main groups, plants and animals. He further divided animals based on where they live, those that live on the land, those that live in water, and those that live in the air. However, his methods was too simple and did not include microorganisms, which were unknown at that time. If you are new in this channel, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that whenever I make a video like this, YouTube will send you notification. Linnaeus classification. Linnaeus, a Swedish scientist, improved on Aristotle's work. He introduced a more advanced method of classification using observable features of living things. Linnaeus also introduced the binomials nomenclature, a system of giving every organism two scientific names, the genus and the species. For example, man is called Homo sapiens, maize is called Zimes, dog is called Canis familiaris, mango is called Mangifera indica. In writing scientific names, the first name, which is genus, always begins with a capital letter, while the second name, species, begins with a small letter. Both names are written in italics or underlined when handwritten. Five kingdoms of animals. Modern biologists now classify all living things into five kingdoms. These are kingdom Monera. This kingdom includes bacteria and blue-green algae. They are single-celled organisms without a true nucleus. They are called prokaryotes. Kingdom Protista. These are mostly single-cell organisms that have a true nucleus. Examples include amoeba, euglena, and paramecium. Kingdom fungi. These organisms cannot make their own food. They feed on dead and decaying materials. Examples are molds, mushrooms, and yeast. Their cell walls are made up of a substance called chitin. Kingdom Plantae. This kingdom includes all green plants. They make their own food through photosynthesis. They have chlorophyll and possesses a cell wall made up of cellulose. Kingdom Animalia. This kingdom includes all animals. They cannot make their own food, move from one place to place, and do not have a cell wall. Levels of classification. Taxonomic hierarchy. Linnaeus arranged living things into seven main levels or groups known as taxonomic hierarchy. These are kingdom, phylum, that's for animals, or division for plants. Then we have class, order, family, genus, species. For example, in human kingdom, Animalia. The kingdom is Animalia. The family is Chordata. The class is Mammalia. And the order is Pyramids. The family is Hominidae. And then the genus is Homo. Species is Sapiens. Differences between plants and animals. Plants and animals differ in many ways. Plants make their own food through photosynthesis, while animals depend on plants or other animals for food. Plants do not move from one place to another, but animals can move freely. Plants contain chlorophyll and have a cell wall, while animals have no chlorophyll or cell wall. Plants grow throughout their lives, while animals stop growing after reaching maturity. Also, plants respond slowly to stimuli, while animals respond quickly. Summary of this topic: classification, which is what we started, and the topic is must or is rejected, or this topic is mainly attached to classification of plants and animals. So here is a summary of the lectures. First of all, we talk of classification, and classification helps scientists to group, identify, and study organisms systematically. And then we also talk on Linnaeus classification, whereby Linnaeus introduced the modern method of classification and the use of scientific names, whereby he continued from where Astro started, whereby also the classification of Astro was made based on plants that lives on land, plants that lives on the air, and plants that live in water. But here under Linnaeus classification, he brought things related to organisms that was not classified by astrologers, and astrologers did not classify plants or animals like bacteria, but here we are also mentioned. So Linnaeus introduced the modern method of classification and the use of scientific names. Living things are now